Hi again, everybody, and welcome back to 1949. We got the White Sox to the Red Sox. Red Sox 2 games out of first place. They've won 3 in a row, 17-10. The White Sox, of course, 7-21, are in last place in the American League. And Gus Zernial takes the ball, another ball, 2-0 now the count on Gus. There's a strike in the trim for Mickey Harris. It's 2-1. There's a big breaking ball in the dirt, 3-1 the count. That curveball is low, and he'll take his base at first, and that brings up Gordon Goldsberry. Goldsberry up there now hitting 3-0-1, takes a strike. 0-2 is the count on him now. And there's a little ground ball over to Pesky on the left side. He makes the play, throws over to Dura for one, on to Hitchcock at first for the double play, and that'll bring up Luke Appling. Luke up there takes a strike, hitting 265. Red Sox with that big double play already, at least here in the first inning big. 0-2 count now on Appling. Hits a ground ball over to Bobby Dura, makes the play and throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the first inning just like that, and it's Dom DiMaggio hitting 412 now. He's a little pop-up over there, back of the plate. Tipton, the catcher for the White Sox, goes over, grabs that for the out, one away. And here's Ted Williams, this killer top half of the order for the Red Sox. Apologies. And it's a 1-2 count now on the Splendid Splinter. And he swings and misses that one from Bob Kuzava and strikes out, 2 away. And here comes Vern Stevens. Usually if you can get out DiMaggio and Williams, then you're doing okay. Stevens now with a 2-0 count on him, 3-0 now. That's off the plate. There's a little pop-up, and it's going to be Cass Michaels, the second baseman, who will grab that one for the out. And we go here to the bottom or top of the second inning, and it is Cass Michaels up there who takes a strike in the inside corner. He pops one up, out of play, 0-2 the count now on Michaels. There's another foul ball back, 0-2 still. And swing and a miss by Michaels, and Harris gets his first strikeout of the game, one away, and it's Floyd Baker up there who takes a curve for a strike. There's a little fly ball over the left field in front of the monsters. Williams makes the catch for the out, 2 gone, and here's Earl Rapp. Earl takes a strike, and then a ball. 1-1 the count now on Earl, and he swings and misses that one off the strike zone for a strike. 1-2 now the count on him, and hits one over to center field that lands in front of DiMaggio for base hit. First to the ball game belongs to the White Sox, and here is Jerry Scala who hits one over to left field. That wind blowing in from left, apparently we'll take a look at that. Yeah, blowing in from right actually, 19 miles an hour, but I guess it's coming in here as well. And that's the third out. We go to the bottom of the second is Tommy O'Brien up there. He takes a ball, and strike. There's a strike. 1-1 the count on Tommy. Fouls one off. It's 1-2 on him. Hits one over down the left field line, and Zernial has that one. It says that's in foul territory. I don't know if there's enough foul room here. I mean, he would have to be like sitting in the seats to make that catch, but you can imagine what you want to. Here's Johnny Pesky who takes a strike, and that's just low. 1-1 the count now on Pesky. Fouls one back. It's 1-2 now on Johnny. And there's a little ground ball over to Goldsberry, and he grabs that, runs to the bag himself for the out, 2 away, and here is Bobby Dewar. Bobby up there takes a ball, 1-0 the count on him, and there's a ground ball over the bag of third base for a double. Baker can't quite get to that one, and that's into that corner. Dewar ends up, of course, at second base. That'll bring up Billy Hitchcock. I know Bobby hit second in real life as Hitchcock hits a fly ball over to left field. It's going to be Zernial getting that one for the out. We go to the top of the third. I know. I do the lineups my way. You can do them your way. Here's Joe Tipton, who takes a strike. 0-1 the count on him. There's a smash out there in front of Williams for a base hit and left, and they'll bring up Bob Kuzava with a runner on at first. Kuzava squares to bunt, takes a strike. 0-1 the count. That's bunted fouls. 0-2 now on Kuzava. Will he bunt again? He does bunt again. That's a good one down to first base. Tipton moves over to second as Hitchcock has to make the play himself. Flips over to Dewar, covering the bag. And Chicago is a runner in scoring position. And, boy, there's a wild pitch there by Harris. Bats blocks it, unable to recover in time. Tipton makes it over to third. That runner's at third base. Infield comes in. And there's a foul ball off of Bat's mask. 1-1 the count. Now 1-2 as there's another foul. 2-2 now the count. And there's a fly ball deep to right field. O'Brien's got that one for the out, but that is deep enough to score the run. And it is a 1-0 game for Chicago. Here is Gordon Goldsberry. Gordon takes a strike. 0-1 the count. Red Sox trying to keep pace with the Yankees and Indians. Indians have lost twice now to the Yankees. You know that already. 1-2 the count now on Goldsberry. Here we are on May 19th, 1949. The count's still 1-2 on Gordon. Fouls another one back. It's still 1-2. And he hits that one past the pitcher and through the middle. Dewar can't get to it for a base hit. And that'll bring up Luke Appling, runner on at first base. Appling takes the ball. And then another ball. And there goes Goldsberry. And they're stealing all over the place here on bats. And the pitch misses. It's 3-0, and there's ball 4 to Appling. So we had to start bats here because Birdie Tebbets is a little bit tired today. And the next batter up here, I'm going to have to go back and check and see. That was Michaels who hit that ground ball over to the second baseman Dorr, who makes the play and throws to first for the out. Boston gets out of that with somewhat minimal damage, only a single run given up. And Batts comes up and promptly lines one over to Appling for the first out. One away. I like Matt Batts. I wrote about him, and he's just not playing so well. 1-0 the count now on Mickey Harris, the pitcher. Now 1-1 as that was fouled back. 2-1 as that one missed. And there's another one low. 3-1 the count on the pitcher, and that's low and away for ball 4. And all right, well, Kuzava cannot quite get that one in the strike zone. You got to really scratch your head of that one. And here's Dom DiMaggio. DiMaggio takes a ball, 1-0 the count. And there's one over the plate, 1-1 now on Little Professor, and he hits one over to right field. Rapp has that one for the out, 2 gone. Here's Ted Williams, and he takes the ball inside, 1-0 the count. That's off the plate, 2-0 now on Williams. Fouls off a fastball, 2-1 the count. That's low and inside, 3-1 now the count on the Splendid Splinter, and hits a ground ball over to Appling. Appling has it, flips it over to the second baseman Michaels for the force at second, and we go to the top of the 4th. It's Floyd Baker up there. There's a ball to Baker, 1-0 the count. Curveball's high, 2-0 now in Floyd. Fly ball over to center field. Dom DiMaggio's got that one for the out, 1 gone, and here's Earl Rapp. Earl Rapp comes up there and takes a breaking ball, 4-ball, 1-0 the count. Swings and misses at 1. It's 1-1 now in Earl. There's a curveball in there for a strike, 1-2 the count on him, and that's high, the fastball, 2-2. There's another one high, full count now in Rapp, and he fouls one back, full count again, and that is low, and Harris has walked 3 now, and here comes Jerry Scala with a runner on at first base for the White Sox. I wasn't expecting the White Sox offense to show up here. There's a ball to Scala, and that's high for another ball, 2-0 the count. That's a strike, and there's 2-1, and that's hitting the left field for a base hit, and that's going to send Rapp to second. They're not going to test Williams' arm, and I mean, it's so shallow to the left field anyway at Fenway Park, it wouldn't make sense. Joe Tipton up there. Now, just so you know, logic doesn't necessarily apply in Diamond Mind, as Tipton takes a ball and another ball. That's 2-0 the count. 3-0 now as that one was inside, and there's a strike in there to Tipton. 3-1 now the count, and he lays off of that pitch just wide and takes his base. Loads the bases here with only 1 out for Bob Kuzava, and that infield's coming in again. And there's one smashed over the left side, and there's no chance to get anybody. Stevens is able to block it, and that's it. He should have made a play on that one, and that allows the run to score. That's a base hit for Kuzava, who took the walk first. Remember, that happened. Now he gets a base hit and an RBI, 1 for 1 today. And here comes Zernial, who's walked... well, let's see. He's 0 for everything. Now, he hit a fly ball to right field. That's right, and scored that first run for the White Sox. He drove it in. 1-0 now the count on Gus, and there's one line to second base, and that's through for a single. That will score at least 2, and we're going to try to get the pitcher thrown out, and we do. I say, managing the Red Sox. O'Brien with the throw over to Pesky to get the trailing runner, but it's a 4-0 game now for the White Sox, and here is Gordon Goldsberry, and he takes a strike. 0-1 the count. 0-2 as he swings and misses at that one. And there's a ball to him, 1-2 now the count. And that was in there, but just low, 2-2 the count. And that's around the knees for strike 3. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Vern Stevens up there now. Takes a fastball, 1-0 the count. And he hits one just left of the pole over the monster, and that's a foul ball. That's hitting to right center field, and that gets to the wall. Stevens winds up at second base with a double, and that'll bring up Tommy O'Brien now. And here is O'Brien, who takes the ball and fights one off and dumps that into center field for the base hit. And so O'Brien with the RBI, that makes it a 4-1 ball game, and the Red Sox trying to come back in this one. Here comes Johnny Pesky, takes the ball high, and a curveball in there for a strike. It was 1-1. There's a pop-up over to out of play, 1-2 the count, 2-2. There's one hit over to center field, and Scala's got it for the out, 1 away. And here comes Bobby Dewar now. Dewar takes a strike and a ball, 1-1 the count. And there's a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. 1-2 still the count, and he swings and misses that one for strike 3, and that's 2 away, and that'll bring up Billy Hitchcock. That's the reason why Dewar is hitting 6th and not 2nd. Hitchcock takes the ball, and then another ball, 2-0 the count now on Billy, and that's in the dirt, 3-0 the count, and that's fouled back. 3-1 now on Hitchcock. And there's a little comebacker off the pitcher's glove. He kicks it, drops it, kicks it, drops it, and that's going to mean everybody's safe. They're going to call that an error on him. First error of the ball game, and it belongs to the White Sox. That'll bring up Matt Batts, who's hitting 107. That's why he's not starting. 1-1 the count on Batts. Now it's 2-1. And there's a little foul ball out of play. 2-2 the count. Now there's a ball to him. Full count now on Batts. He takes the curveball outside and takes a walk. Number 8 of the season that Batts has taken. and that'll bring up Mickey Harris, now the pitcher. The pitcher up there, and he takes a fastball for a strike, hits one over to left field, and that's a base hit for Harris. That'll score one. Let's see if it'll score more than one. Here comes Hitchcock coming around, and the throw is way off, and Bats makes it to third, and it's a 4-3 ball game. Just like that, the Red Sox are back in this one. Here is Dom DiMaggio, and he hits a little ground ball over to the third baseman Baker, makes the play and throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the fifth inning. It'll be Luke Appling up there who takes a ball. 1-0 the count. Appling 0 for 1 today. 2-0 now the count on him. Did have a walk earlier. 3-0, and Harris can't find the plate. There's a strike. It's 3-1 now the count. There's a ground ball over to Stevens, who just can't get to that one. That's passed him for a base hit. And here comes Cass Michaels, hit number 7 for the White Sox. And he had Michaels, that is, hits one wide of first and up for a base hit. Only gets a single out of that one, but Appling, he makes it over to third base just like that. We've had 2 pitches and runners on at first and third. And here comes Baker, also first pitch swinging, and he hits that one past Dorr for a base hit. Michaels only goes up to second. That scores the run. And man, I tell you, we haven't even blinked. We haven't been able to sit down yet, and it's 5-3. Here comes Earl Rapp. Rapp takes the ball, 1-0 the count, and there's a strike. 1-1 now the count. Harris not going to last very long. There's a little ground ball over to Dorr. He's got it over to Stevens for one. Back to first, not in time, and Michaels, of course, moves to third base, and runners on at first and third now for Jerry Scala, who takes the ball and gets a base hit straight into left field. And I've got to wonder how much longer we're going to last with Harris, and yeah, it's about time, I think, to take him out. And now here's where the real questions come in. I mean, do we put Tex in this game? I mean, this is where I've got to... It would be nice if I had a good thing here telling me how many games he started in real life so I know who my starters and relievers are. We are going to put Tex Hugson in the game. So Tex comes in with runners on at first and third, down 6-3. And the first thing he does is he gives up a line drive that Pesky goes over and nabs right in the hole between third and short. That was Tipton, who smashed that one down there, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Bob Kuzava. 2 outs now, runners on at first and third. There's a foul ball just out of play, 0-1 the count. And there's a pitch in the dirt, 1-1 now the count on Bob. There is a strike to him, 1-2, and he swings and misses that one, strikes out, and we go to the bottom of the fifth. Here's Ted Williams. The Red Sox not completely out of this one, but the pitcher sure is. Williams fouls one back for a strike and takes the ball high, 1-1 the count. That one's fouled back again. It's 1-2 on Ted, and takes the breaking ball for a ball, 2-2. Full count now on Williams, and he fouls one back. Count remains full, and he swings and misses a one, and goes down swinging, one away. And here is Vern Stevens. Stevens takes the strike. 0-1 is the count on him, and there's a fastball inside, 1-1. That one is inside, 2-1 now the count on Vern Stevens. That's fouled back, 2-2 now the count on him. That's under the elbows. That's a full count now on Vern, and that one is high for ball 4, and that'll bring up Tommy O'Brien, now runner on first base here for the Red Sox, trying to get back in this ball game, and he takes a strike, swings and misses another one. 0-2 is the count, and there's a fastball that's just high. It's 1-2 now on O'Brien, and that one misses as well, 2-2. There's a pop-up over by third base, Baker going over for it, and it's in the seats, not enough room for him. 2-2, pitch is in there, and it's ball 3, and that means Johnny Pesky comes up next, represents the potential tying run here, bottom of the fifth. There's another one foul back, and there's an inside fastball, and there is the walk, and here comes Pesky. Johnny 0 for 2, hitting 286 with a little bit of power, not much. 1-1 now the count on him. 1-2 now on Pesky. Talk about Pesky's pull, but I tell you, Pesky's pull didn't see a lot of Pesky home runs. Pesky hits a fly ball over to Zernial in left field, and he's got that one for the second out, 2 away, and here's Bobby Doerr, who takes a ball high. 1-0 the count now on Bobby, and that one misses again. It's 2-0, and that misses high. 3-0 the count now on Doerr, and there's ball 4 to him, and that will load them up for Billy Hitchcock. So White Sox still with the 6-3 lead, but the Red Sox have the bases loaded here, bottom of the fifth inning. Here comes Hitchcock, who's hitting 161. This is not the player you want hitting in this situation, but we'll see what he can do. He takes a strike on the inside corner, 0-1 the count. That's outside and low. It's 1-1 now, Billy. That's low, 2-1. There's one hit between first and second, and it's going to be the first baseman, Goldsberry, who grabs that one, flips over to Kuzava, covering at the bag for the out. We go to the top of the sixth. So it'll be Gus Zernial who starts this one off. And you can see they're now batting for Chicago, the left fielder, Gus Zernial, and this is one of these things that we like to see. That as Zernial up there takes a ball from Houston. Let's see here. This type of, I guess we would call that color, ballpark color, something like that you see every now and again here in in Diamond Mine Baseball is one of my favorite things about the game itself, because it comes up just every once in a while, not necessarily even every game. Zernial hits a fly ball over to Williams and left for the first out, and here is Gordon Goldsberry. But it adds so much to the game when it comes up there as Goldsberry takes the ball and then fouls one off, 1-1 the count. Some of the play-by-play we see too much, but a lot of little gems like that you can miss if you don't know to look for. 3-1 the count now on Gordon. And that's a sinker in the dirt for ball 4. And Golden Goldsberry will take first. And here comes Luke Appling now, runner on at first. 1 out, top of the 6th. There's a sinker low, 1-0 the count on Appling. That's way outside. It's 2-0 on Luke. There's a changeup in there for a strike, 2-1 the count. And there's one hit back to left field. And oh man, Williams ends up falling down on that one. Lets the one get by him. That's a really poor play out there by Ted Williams. Slips and falls. Now, we do have rain in the forecast. I don't know if it actually rained before this game or not. I mean, we can go back and look at the weather again. I didn't see anything about the field as wet. So I'm not sure if we're going to blame this one on the field being wet or exactly what's going on. Take a look there, and yeah, look at that. The field is wet. So I'm the one who missed that one. That was, anyway, that was a pretty poor play out there by Williams, but they don't charge him with the air because of that wet field out there. Runners now on second and third. Here is Cass Michaels. The infield is back, and so we're going to concede the run. And there's another ball to Michaels, 2-0 the count on him. There's a little blooper, and that's going to be a base hit. That'll score 1. Appling goes to third. Michaels now the runner on at first. Still only 1 out. And here's Floyd Baker, and Houston not going to be there for long if he keeps pitching like this. 1-0 the count now on Baker. That's just low. 2-0 the count on him. There's a screwball inside. It's 3-0. And you know as well as I do that that potential batting average increases with every ball you throw. 3-1 now the count on Floyd. There's a little ground ball over to third. Appling will go home. We're going to go for the double play. Pesky goes around the horn, and unfortunately, Baker is there just in time at first, and the run scores. Now it makes it an 8-3 ball game, and here is Earl Rapp. Rapp takes the ball, and then fouls one back. 1-1 the count now on Earl, and there's a blast deep to right, and O'Brien runs back and is able to grab that one for the out, but the damage has been done. It's an 8-3 ball game. Here is Matt Batts, bottom of the 6th inning. Batts takes a ball, then another ball, 2-0 the count, and there's one on the inside edge for ball 3, and there's a ball 4 that misses. Kuzawa has walked 6. Welcome to 1949. Houston now is not going to hit for himself. Not going to pitch for himself much anymore either, and we're going to put Al Zarilla in there. I haven't been starting Zarilla, chiefly because he hasn't been hitting. All right, he hasn't been hitting much. He's only been pinch hitting, and 1-1 now the count on Zarilla. And he hits one over to center field for a base hit. Batts is going to hold up at second. No need to send him to third and risk anything here, down by 5. I was about to say, if this were Football Manager, Zarilla would be complaining to me that he's not getting the game time he was promised when he was traded for. Dom DiMaggio up there now. First and second are the runners, and DiMaggio fouls one back. 0-1 the count. Hits one over to Appling. Flips over to Michaels for one, on to first for the double play. DiMaggio 0-for-4 today. And what is this doing here to his batting average? We want to see he's down to 396. He started this game at, 413? Here is Williams now, who takes a ball, 1-0 the count, and that's wide of the plate. It's 2-0 on Ted. Swings and misses a 1-2-1 the count now, and that pitch is high. 3-1 the count on this splendid splinter, and there's a ground ball over to Michaels a second, makes the play and throws to first for the out. Both Williams and DiMaggio are 0-for-4 so far for the Red Sox, and that's been a big part of their problems. And this is another problem for us because we got to figure out who in the world we're going to put in, and we'll probably put this guy in. Earl Johnson is going to be the pitcher, and this is the question: do we take Williams out? I think we do. So Johnson is going to come over here in the number 2 spot. I know that there's a question about whether we should do this or not, but I think we want to give Williams a little bit of rest. Here comes Jerry Scala in there to hit. So our best player is out of the game for the Red Sox, and 1-1 now the count on Scala. Takes wide, 2-1 to count, and that's high. 3-1 now the count on Jerry. There's ball 4, and Johnson starts this one by walking the first batter he sees. Here's Joe Tipton. There's a little ground ball over to Pesky. Pesky has it over to second for 1. Doors throw on to Hitchcock is low, and so Tipton's safe at first. 1 away, and here is Bob Kuzawa. There's a foul ball pushed off to the right too much. 0-1 the count. That's foul to the plate. 0-2. A little bit outside. 1-2 now the count on Kuzawa, and he swings and misses that one and strikes out. 2 gone. Here's Gus Zernial. Zernial takes a ball inside. Zernial and Zarilla keep mixing the two of them up. 2-0 now the count on Zernial. Hits one deep to left field, and that baby's gone. 10-3 is the score right now. Here comes Gordon Goldsberry, and he takes a strike. 0-1 the count. There's one low and outside, 1-1, and that's in on the hands. 2-1 the count now on Goldsberry. There's a ground ball over to Dewar, and Bobby makes the play, throws to first for the out. 10-3. Every time we turn around, the White Sox are scoring more runs. Here comes Vern Stevens. Well, if the Red Sox lose, at least they weren't gypped this time. Stevens takes a strike, fouls one back, 0-2 the count on him. There's a fly ball over to left field. Zernial's got it for the out. One gone. Here's Tommy O'Brien. O'Brien takes a strike, 0-1, and there's a curve that misses. 1-1 the count now on him. It's fouled straight back. It's 1-2, and 2-2 as that one was just inside. There's a little ground ball just to the right of second. Michaels goes over and gets that one, throws to first for the out. 2 gone. Johnny Pesky up there takes that's a fastball for a strike that's in there. That's fouled up and into the seats. 0-2 the count on Pesky, and there's a ball to him, 1-2. Way inside, 2-2 the count, and that is a jam shot by him, 2-2 still. That's just high full count now on Johnny, and there's one hit over past Appling's glove and over for a double. That'll bring up Bobby DeWer now with a runner on at second base, and let's see what Bobby can do. And he pops one up over to the right side, just out of play. Earl Rapp can't quite get there in time and takes another strike now. 0-2 the count on DeWer. 1-2 as that one just missed, and that's wide of the plate. 2-2 the count. That one's inside the full count now on Bobby DeWer, and he swings and misses that one. That's strike 3. We go to the top of the 8th. Top of the 8th inning, Luke Appling up there now. I think we're going to probably stick with Johnson, and Appling hits one right to Stevens, goes between his legs for an error. And so that's the first error of the game on Boston. Here comes Cass Michaels, hits one deep to right field. O'Brien's got it for the out. One gone. Here's Floyd Baker. Baker will take a ball. 1-0 the count now on Floyd. And there's a strike to him. It's 1-1. That's a little bit low. 2-1 now the count on Baker. There's a line shot towards first for a foul. 2-2 is the count. There's the pitch in on the outside corner for strike 3, and down he goes. 2 away, and here's Earl Rapp. Earl Rapp takes one low and outside, and then takes the strike. 1-1 the count. There's a little ground ball over to Pesky, and he flips that one over to second baseman DeWer for the force at second. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Billy Hitchcock is up there now, and he takes a breaking ball low. 1-0 the count. And there's one lined over third base, and that is foul. 1-1 now the count on Hitchcock. Chases one and fouls it away. It's 1-2 on him. That's low, and he swings and misses at that one anyway. Strike 3, and there's one gone here. Kuzava, 5 strikeouts and 6 walks. Here is Matt Batts, who has a 2-0 count on him. There's a little pop-up over first base side, and Goldsberry running over there and is able to call off the catcher, makes the catch himself 2 away, and here is Al Zarilla. And Zarilla hits one over to Baker. Baker makes the play, throws over to first base, but off balance, and Zarilla's going to be safe at first. Maybe we should start starting him. And up next, Dom DiMaggio takes a strike. And then another strike up high, 0-2 the count. That's chopped off his foot, still 0-2. Good pitch there, just misses. It's 1-2. And Kuzava there gets the strikeout, his 6th strikeout of the game. We go to the top of the 9th inning. 10-3 White Sox. 10-3 White Sox, and here comes Jerry Scala. Takes the ball high, 1-0 the count, and that's a strike in there, 1-1 now. Pop-up foul, just out of play. Foul ball, 1-2 now the count on Scala. That's inside, 2-2 is the count. That's up high, full count now on Jerry, and that's on the inside corner for strike 3. Strikeout number 3 for Johnson, 1 away. Joe Tipton up there now, takes the ball. And then another ball, 2-0 is the count on him, and there's a strike, 2-1 now on Tipton. It's high and inside, 3-1. Tipton today 1 for 3, hitting 190, and he takes his walk. So Johnson not wanting to mess around too much with Tipton, and this is a shame. Kuzava's coming out of this game. Bud Shuchok is going to be the pinch hitter for him. He takes a strike, hitting 143. Kuzava's hit better than that today. He's hit better than that this season, but he might be tiring. 2-1 the count now, 3-1 is Johnson having some problems. And throws a strike in their full count, and there's a fly ball over to Zarilla and left for the second out. Up comes Gus Zernial, homered last time. There's ball 1 to him. And then little ground ball over to Pesky at third, makes the play, throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the 9th inning, and it's Earl Johnson leading it off. Of course, we're not going to let him hit for himself. We will put Lou Stringer in there. Stringer, my favorite pinch hitter. You notice I went straight to the number 9 hole. It's a force of habit. I'm barely paying attention here. There's a ball in there to Lou, 1-0 the count, and another ball to him, 2-0. And there's a strike. 2-1 the count now on Stringer. That's just low, 3-1. It's lifted high in the air, back of third base, foul. And there's the payoff pitch, and that's ball 4, and he takes his base. That'll bring up Vern Stevens, who takes a strike in the inside corner, 0-1. That's fouled back. It's 0-2 now on Vern. That's high, 1-2 now the count on Vern, and that's outside, 2-2. 2-2 pitch is in there, and that's low. Full count now on Stevens, and he swings and misses that one. He is fooled by Marino Pieretti's. I'm guessing that was a breaking ball, and there's one away. Here's O'Brien, who takes the ball, and that's launched to deep right field. And man, Trapp runs over there and makes a great catch on that one, a sliding, diving catch for the second out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's just not your day when they're making plays like that against you. I was just saying, right, we looked at it together, and the wind was blowing The wind was blowing in this ball game, and you would think from the final score that it might have been blowing out, maybe just blowing out for one team. White Sox here with a 10-3 lead, and the Red Sox having a hard time making anything happen. Pesky hits a fly ball over to Scala, first pitch swinging for the third out, and that does it. Your final score, White Sox 10, Red Sox 3. Boston is starting to fall out of this pennant race, and it's early, I know, but they got to watch out because it's not going to stay early for long. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye.